So I'm actually kind of sad today because it's the last Birthstone soap. We started out this channel in April, and day 2 of the 365 Days of Soap project was the April Birthstone. And it's March, which means this is the last one. And, you know, a year doing continued with the same, and it's over, that's kind of sad for me. So I mean, yay, I really do love this bar, but it's bittersweet, really. I'm going to tell you more about the bar and my thought process and all of the things in just a minute, but you're going to go do the thing and I'm going to do the thing because all of the things. So first I'm going to say, hello, I am Mrs. Soap and Clay. Let's make stuff. How's it going, sudsers? Welcome back to the channel. You are at Soap and Clay, where we make all the soapy things, and you are here for day 324 of 365 days of soap. And yeah, we're making the final Birthstone soap. We are doing March. And March is actually cool because it has multiple gems. Not crazy like December though with the zircoisinite. That one was so much fun to make, but I did want to go ahead and combine 2 of March's Birthstones into one soap. And it's, I mean, spoiler alert, I've already done all of the things and I've seen it and it's gorgeous and I really do love it so very much. And I think it's a really good one to end the whole thing in. But I need to stop talking about it here because you want to see the soap. So we're gonna go to the video and you can see the soap. Oh my God, you guys, this is the last Birthstone soap. This is cuckoo bananas. We've done all 11 and March is the last one. And for March, there are 2 options for Birthstones, right? There's the Aquamarine or the Bloodstone. And I decided to combine both. Kind of like I did with December and the zircon and the turquoise and the tanzanite. Did all 3? Yep. And called it zircoisinite, which was fun. Yeah, this one is going to be a combination of the Aquamarine as well as the Bloodstone. And my thinking is, well, I mean, I guess I'll talk more about my thinking in a minute with all of this and like the whole method behind my madness. Because I always have, I mean, not always, but sometimes I do. But yeah, this actually, with this scent blend, we are using the most obvious scent blend, right? To combine a sweet with like a spa botanical-esque, you know, scent. And so we're doing coconut lime because that actually has not been done for any of the Birthstones up to this point. And so it's again the most obvious, and yet I got all the way to number 12 before I went coconut lime. That, duh. And so that's what we're doing. Now I'm splitting this into 2 sections. And so for the bottom section, which I weighed out around 20-ish ounces, I am going to color it dark green. It's going to be the Bloodstone colors, right? You know Bloodstone, they're dark, beautiful, dark green with like flecks of red and blues and coppers and stuff throughout. And so we'll be doing an in the pot swirl with these 3 colors, and that will be the base part of the bar. And then the main body of the bar will be all white. And then we're going to top it with the Aquamarines, which I have made, you know, in advance with some melt and pour, all that jazz. And I think that will be fun. I also I'm kind of low-key practicing-ish. I mean, this is not the right way to do the like gemstone agate soap things for the Amy Warden Soap Challenge, but that's one of the current ones. I think it's already over. I think it was in January, but it is one that I'm sure we're going to be doing in March, right? Because we're actually hitting more recent times for the challenges. And so we will be tackling that one. And, you know, who knows? Maybe at some point we'll actually get on with being able to do them in real time and match up with the challenges as they come out. But, I mean, we're at like day 320 something right now, and 365 days of soap is almost over. So I don't know, March would have to be the time that we actually do a real-time one. And I think that's the Alice in Wonderland and Charlie and the Chocolate Factory challenge, which actually sounds like a ton of fun. And so who knows? I mean, we'll see. But for now, we're not doing that. We are doing this, and the reason that I'm doing it is because I am going to have to practice for the agate stone soap challenge thing that, again, was done a couple months ago. And so I'm kind of working with maybe some design ideas for this while not doing the toppers the right way, admittedly, but because it would be weird to switch up the toppers for the Birthstone soaps at the 12th one, because then they don't look right together. But yeah, no, there's that. And that green is absolutely gorgeous, and I wish I could tell you what I used for it, but I don't know. And these will be, again, just an in the pot swirl with the 3 colors, and that will get poured into the mold, and it will set up, and then we will pour the white on top and all of the things. But the swirly swirl is always the most fun for me anyway. I don't know about you, but I like watching soap being swirled in the pot, in the mold, whatever. I am a sucker for the swirling of the things. So let's go check out this pour with these beautiful swirls. Okay, and onto the pour. I did not take a skewer or anything to this. I want it to create its own little lines and variations just by nature of how I pour it in to the mold. And so I'm just going to pour it right down the middle, back and forth, doing the things. And the bar that it's getting poured up against, you might recognize that. That's the Pisces bar, which is a water sign, not an air sign. I mean, I guess only the people that watch that video understand the weirdness there. But that's actually true of most all of my videos. I'll make random comments, and it's because it came up in another video at some point. So there's all that. And yeah, that, again, it's about 20 ounces, about 30% of the batch goes into that right now, and then the rest of it is just going to be all white. And so we will mix that up while we are waiting for the green portion on the bottom to set up, and then we will pour that on top and then sculpt it and do the things. Like now, we're going to continue doing that. Now, the top of this will then get the aquamarine, like blue little gemstones put on the top to, you know, do the aquamarine part. Because, yes. And, yeah, I don't actually know a whole lot about bloodstones. Do you? I don't know a ton about them. I know a fair amount about aquamarines, though. They're pretty cool. That's one of the wedding anniversary gifts, right? Because it's like, means like health and life and love and all the things, pretty sure. And I've always really liked aquamarines because, well, I mean, they're beautiful, very, very cool, but also I learned this while I was looking up the March birthstone and all the things. I ran across this thing that said that Brazil, as in the government of, gave Eleanor Roosevelt a really big, beautiful aquamarine. And when I read that, I went, no, I've seen that. Like, I've seen that in person because I've been to FDR's presidential library in Hyde Park. And I remember seeing that when I was, you know, touring and doing the things or whatever. And I was just so entranced by it. I'm like, ooh, what is that? And it was big. Like, it was a really big stone. I guess I mean, I didn't like weigh it. I didn't get to pick it up or anything, obviously. But the thing that I ran across said it weighs like 3 pounds, which is not unimpressive for a stone. That was, you know, that was a kingly gift right there. Now, I am very impatient with the setting up of the bottom. And so I'm just gently scooping on, oh, you know, about 1/4 inch worth of soap batter before I just dump the rest of it on. So I don't really disturb the under the first layer there. And you know, it's all a thing, the things that we do in the name of care and patience in the soap world, which sometimes I have the time for, and sometimes I don't. And today it turns out I guess I had the time, so, or I just didn't really want to mess up the bottom line. I don't know. Yeah. And that little corner there needs to get a little bit more soap, and then everything else can go right on the top. Yep. And then once everything has been put into the mold, I am going to just walk away from this and let it set up for around 20 minutes or so before I move on to the next part, which is the sculpting of the top, so we can put the ultramarine in. And yeah, that's the thing. But yeah, this scent blend, the coconut lime, this particular one is from Nature's Garden, and I don't know. I think all coconut limes are created equal, and they're all equally fabulous. And I have yet to have one that does weird things in soap or, you know, whatever. They're all really awesome. And so again, this does get set up. I'm gonna let it set up for around 20 minutes, like literally walk away, force myself to walk away and go do something else, so I don't do any of that too terribly quickly. And then I'm just going to kind of pull a lot of it up from one side and just pile it up on the other side. And I'm actually going to do something a little bit different in that I'm going to put the aquamarines down in that hole, down in that channel I'm creating, instead of the kind of more obvious place of on top of the hill there. And I don't know why I'm doing this, except I also kind of do know why, because I am testing the soap challenge that we didn't do for like January, but I know that we're going to do it for March because I have the schedule figured out, and that's all the thing. And yeah, this is not a Lone Star thing, so I knew that the blend was going to perform beautifully, but just so you know, this blend performs beautifully. None problems whatsoever with any of it, which is awesome and good. And there's, you know, me doing doing that, the mica line with the sifter. And yeah, I showed you guys a month ago or so, back in January, the new sifter that I love, which is that little accordion thing that I got out of a bag of diatomaceous earth. And I do love that. Like, it is a really good sifter, but the thing is, this one was already full of the gold mica that I needed. And so it would have required an extra step, and that extra step is called unscrewing tops and dumping. And I don't want to do that. So instead, I decided to take longer doing this than I really needed to. But look, I sped it up for you. It's fun. This exact portion of the video was like 9 minutes long. It's not now. It's not now, but it was 9 minutes long of the actual sculpting of the top, and then the putting down of the mica line, and then the putting in of the stones, and that's a long time. And just watching this is not fun for me. Is it fun for you? Do you find humor and joy in watching me struggle with these these things are stupid. Like, no. But you know, look, I'm almost done. Hooray! I'm reaching the end of the mica line. I'm so happy. Ready to walk away for a very long time. But I can't, because I gotta put in the, I have to put on the aquamarines, right? That's the next important step. Because otherwise, without the gemstones on top, it's just weird. Last gemstone, last birthstone of the channel. I was literally just looking at my watch right there, going, my God, how long is this taking? Yes. Yeah. So yeah, no, this is wild. The very last gemstone of the channel, Birthstone soap, like a whole last year has almost gone by. It's wild to think about. Like, when I started the channel, it was, well, I mean, because COVID had shut us down, and I was losing my mind not being able to teach. And even back then, I didn't actually think that the shop would be shut down as long as it was. And it's really crazy to think about that basically, well, a year later, we are all still living this. Like it's been wild. It has definitely been a wild time. And yeah, it's crazy. It's super crazy to think about. Like a year ago, I was making the April Birthstone. I think that was like the second video on the channel. And now we've hit the end. We're hitting the end of 365 days of soap. We are hitting the end of the Birthstone soaps, and it feels like an awesome accomplishment, but at the same time, it's very bittersweet. Like, wow, it's the end. It's done. Anyway, let's put this in the oven for C-pop and gel and all of the things. And we will check out the cut, right now. Okay, day 2 and on to the cut, and let's see what we have going on for this beauty. And wow, is it beautiful. That is just stunning. Like, oh my God, I'm so excited to see these swirls inside of here. Oh my God, I'm really excited. This is cool. And make sure everything's nice and tight to get through these melt and pour. It's not really a lot, so I'm not super worried that it's not going to work. But it's all a thing. Oh my God. That is so pretty. I love that. And the mica-line on the top, again, I'm just sort of practicing for the things that we have to do for whatever. Interesting glycerin rivers in the white part, but that was actually to be expected because this has a crap ton of kaolin clay, which means I had to actually put extra water in it to achieve it. But I love glycerin rivers. Like, as a general rule, me and glycerin rivers are big friends. So it all works out. And that is so, so beautiful. Wow. I love that. That's so pretty. Again, I'm always a sucker for swirls. This is known. It is known. I'm a sucker for swirls. So, swirls, yay! But the nice contrast between the big solid bar there, of the solid block of white, and just, just a hint, just a bit for the bottom with the swirls. It's delightful. It's so good. And so this is definitely something that I am, super happy with, for sure. I don't think I've had a single soap in the Birthstone line that I've been like, nah, I guess it's back to the drawing board. I think I've been very happy with all of them. And I think, no, I haven't made them all. Georgia May made one, right? She made the October Birthstone, the opal, right? She did that cool rainbow thing on the October Birthstone, which was delightful because I was in the weeds from the Taylor Swift stuff and I needed assistance because we were running out of videos. But I love everything about that. That is absolutely delightful. That is a beautiful way to end the Birthstone line. A year into it, all 12 are done. That is beautiful. This is a coconut lime blend, which is awesome. And that is day 324, the March Birthstones. And there it is, the March Birthstone and the final in the Birthstone series, which again, crazy, sad, wild. I mean, in so many ways, we've like hit almost a year's worth of, actual doing this daily, which in and of itself is no easy feat. But the gemstone, the Birthstone lines, they're now done. They're done. But I love this one. I think it's a really beautiful one to send it off with because the Bloodstone on the bottom and then I really did love pouring this bar. I love looking at this bar. I love smelling this bar. Coconut lime is always a winner. It's bright and it's sweet and it's all things perfect. So if you are a March baby or know someone who is, go to soapandclay.com. Get this. It's available just for the month of March. Well, I mean, and also today because we release it early. So it's, those things. If you are interested in finding me on social media, I'm there. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Cool. If you'd like to subscribe, cool. That would be awesome. That's one of the things that actually kept me moving, to be able to have the motivation and the commitment and the drive enough to have done the final Birthstone soap. 12 soaps, 12 Birthstones. It's all crazy. So yeah, subscribe. I would appreciate that, is the point. For those of you who are subscribed, hey, I appreciate you. You are part of my motivation and my drive to have gotten to day 324, and that's freaking awesome. I am out of here for today. Again, I do appreciate you guys for joining me for another round of 365 days of soap. As always, I will see you guys all again tomorrow for another round of soapy fun. Bye.